few do wrong to none by William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare has been conferred with the honor of being England's national poet and Bride of Avon. Everyone agrees that William Shakespeare is one of the best writers of plays and poems in the whole wide world. His plays are still being performed in theatres and studied in schools across the globe, even today, 400 years after he died. So what is just so great about him? Let's find it out.
Hi folks, my name is William Shakespeare and this is my story. This is me, William Shakespeare. I'm the first son in my family. My poor old parents had two girls before me, but they died of diseases when they were babies. It's cozy by the fire here in our house in Stratford-upon-Avon. Here's my mom, Mary Ann. She's a farmer's daughter. Aha! It looks like we are having fish for lunch today. This is my dad, John. He's a successful glove maker. Everyone wears them right here. He spends whole days stitching leathers into gloves and then I pinch them and play with them.
Let's zoom forward to me at school. Learning to write with an ink pot and the feather quill pen can get very messy. Splodges everywhere. Very few boys and girls went to school in my days. Most children had to start working and help their parents make money. Times were tough. My father was an important man around town, and that meant that I was able to go to local grammar school and learn how to read and write. Our schoolmaster taught us subjects like history, Greek and Latin. He has put some Latin on the blackboard. Teachers were extremely strict in my day. You put a foot wrong and you get a beating.
What I really like most of all is plays, acting, theatre, writing, that sort of stuff. I had tons of inks and loads of sharp quill pens. The paper here today was not around when I was writing. Parchment was the best thing to scribble along. And don't forget, I didn't have any electricity either. I had to write by the window or candlelight at night. Parchment was made from dried animal skin without the fur, and my quills were all goose feathers with a sharper nib, which I dipped into ink, lots of drips and splotches. Try and imagine writing all those plays without a laptop. Not surprisingly, my signature looks a bit wobbly. It wasn't a work, but if you practice, you can get good at it. Here's a page of mine. You can see my name on the bottom of the page. When I was 18, I got married to Anne Hathaway. She was farmer's daughter like my mother, and we had a daughter called Susanna, followed by twins called Judith and Hamlet. It was a busy household, but don't you, what I spent most of my time doing? Writing! I had so many ideas pouring out of my head, and I just wrote them all down. I would love poems, short poems called sonnets, 154 of them, and all kinds of plays. I was an actor as well as a playwright. I had a pretty good idea of how to tell exciting stories on stage. Soon I arranged a bunch of actors to perform my plays. We got together, a group of us called the Chamberlain's Men, and the actors would learn the lines as fast as I could write them. And then we put the plays on the stage. Girls weren't allowed to be actors, so the girls' part had to be played by the boys. performed most our plays at the theatre we had to build called the Globe in London. What was the Globe like? It was a pretty big. Around 3,000 people could fit inside it. It had an open roof, so when it rained, the standing people got wet. Shh. When the performance was there was a flag flying on the roof, a canopy hung over the stage to protect the actors from the rain, and the trapdoor in the floorboards was a brilliant sight of actors just pop up unexpectedly and surprise the audience. Richer people could sit in company seats in the gallery and get a good view. Rest of the audience stood around the stage, pointing and shouting and laughing and eating and drinking. Hold on a minute, what's that man up to? It's a pickpocket, and he's taking that man's money. A few years after we built the Globe, disaster struck when a play, which we call the Black Death, broke out in London and the theatre had to be closed. The Black Death was a nasty, dangerous part of my life.
What else was going when I was around? Red-headed Queen Elizabeth I was on the throne of England. When I was still in my teenager, the dashing Sir Francis Drake had sailed all around the world and then fought the enemy in the Spanish arena. When I was about 40, Queen Elizabeth died and King James I became king. He was a thoughtful, educated man and he robbed the theatre and books and reading. I was a busy guy, always scribbling away. In my lifetime, I wrote 10 plays about great kings which are known as the history plays. I also wrote 10 plays with unhappy endings called tragedies. But I not all bloom and doom. I also wrote 18 funny plays called comedies full of silly characters and stupid jokes which still make people laugh. And don't forget the 49 poems called sonnets, 154 of them in all.
Shakespeare died on his 52nd birthday. Worst birthday ever. 7 years later, a couple of his actor friends collected together all his plays into a book which is known as the First Folio. If you ever said good riddance to someone or listened to a fair play, if you heard about somebody's got a heart of gold or used the expression love is blind, you are quoting exactly what he wrote 400 years ago. Time has changed the importance of Shakespeare's plays. Inside each one, you find people with feelings, fears, problems, and hopes that everyone could understand today. So let's hear it for William Shakespeare.